Hello all, and welcome back to my channel, Red Femme Diaries. So, as some of you may know, the reason why I do not show my face is because I work for a company that is extremely liberal, and right now my family needs my income and my benefits, to survive. I have breast cancer, so we need my health insurance, we need my income, so I've chosen not to show my face so that I do not lose my job. But that being said, my job has finally decided that they're going to do mandatory vaccinations. And I knew this was coming. My company that I work for is extremely liberal. I already knew this was going to happen. So just this week, they sent out an email to all the employees saying that they want 100% participation in the COVID vaccinations. Some of you may probably already understand that clearly I'm not a person that is interested in the government telling me what to do with my body, so vaccination is not an option for me. So with that, I do live in a red state, which is really nice because in a red state, we have a medical, there she goes, that's my dog. We have the option of having a medical exemption or a religious exemption. So we moved from a blue state because there was only a medical exemption, and the authorities went after the doctors and closed the practices of the ones that were giving out the medical exemption. So we had to leave that state. One of the many reasons why we left California. That being said, so we came to a red state, and here we have religious exemption, right? And so when I first moved here, I declined the flu vaccine, and so I just checked off the box religious vaccination, and that's fine. But now with the COVID, not only do I check off the box that says I'm using a religious exemptions, but now I need to explain not only my religious beliefs, what I believe in, but I also need to explain why my religious beliefs interfere with getting the vaccinations. Also, with this new policy at my job, those that are vaccinated must have a sticker on their badge that lets everyone know that you're vaccinated. But me, since I'm not going to get vaccinated, I won't have the sticker, so I must continue with the masks, face shields, and I must be social distance. I must stay away from my fellow employees because I am the unvaccinated, because I do not have the not the star, but the sticker. Okay, so that's the new thing, and I'm going to have to go along with it. But here's what I want to say to some of you. I've got a couple of videos that I'm going to show you. You guys know how I do by now. I'm going to show you a few videos to try to wake you up, because some of you are still deeply asleep. I had a conversation with a friend, and I was explaining my new, a conservative friend, a friend that's supposedly awake and realizes what's going on. And I explained how my job is now mandating vaccines and all these things. And I expressed how in New York now, you actually need to show proof of vaccinations for you to go to any indoor activities like restaurants, different things like that. You need a proof of vaccination, a passport. Oh, did I say passport? Excuse me. You'll need a passport to participate in normal things, to show that you've been vaccinated. And I expressed this to my friend, and I said, hey, we're here, this is it. And they said, pardon me, friend, but I need to speak to the people and tell them the truth. There's a lot of people out there that still are asleep to what's going on, even those that are awake and realize. And I told my friend this, and I said, we are never going to go back to the way things used to be. All of our freedoms, rights, Second Amendment, all these things are of the past now. You don't feel it 100% yes, but it's the United States as we knew it is dead. And this friend said, but Red Femme Diaries, he said, But back in the day, Red Fem Diaries, when we had the American Revolution and the Civil War, the American people, a mighty people, sprung up and we fought the powers that were trying to take away our freedoms, Red Fem Diaries. And that's going to happen today. And I listened to that friend say that, and it broke my heart, because that friend has not yet been able to accept what is, not what is to come, but what already is. We will never go back to the way things used to be. You don't feel it yet because it's a slow process, but our enemies have been studying us for decades and have been working on us for decades. And they've used propaganda to help shut off our minds to what is real. So, that being said, I'm going to show you what propaganda looks like. Now, before you understood that this was propaganda, you would have looked at a commercial like this and said, well, it's a cartoon, it's nice, it makes sense. But I want you to open your hearts and open your minds and look what this is. This is a regime that wants you controlled. So they produce this bit of propaganda. And what you'll see everything's gray with the mask and the social distancing. But if you take that shot, now there's color and life, and you can go back to the way things used to be. If you just take the shot, we promise you, the government promises you. And here's where I'm going to be honest with you all. They're lying to you. We ain't going back. We ain't going back. So let's take a look at this video. Let's take a good look and look at what propaganda looks like. Okay, and I'll be right back after this. All right. Okay, that's enough of that. So hopefully the majority of y'all could see that that is clear cut, unadulterated propaganda. But I'm going to have those people that come in the comments section. I'm not going to, I'll be honest with you guys. I do delete comments because some of the comments are so ridiculous, but I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to let the comments ride. But let me go ahead and give you the comment now that I know I'm already going to get. But no them Red Film Diaries. You don't know Red Film Diaries. The government cares about us Red Film Diaries. They want us to get that vaccine so we can be safe and get back to life, Red Fem Diaries. Oh, Red Fem Diaries. Back in the day, in the Civil War and the American Revolution, the American people sprung up, Lord Red Fem Diaries, and they made sure that we kept the rights, Red Fem Diaries. You are tripping, Red Fem Diaries. Okay. Well, my opinion is that we are not those people any longer. We are a very weakened people, and we're weakened because they have purposely done that over the last few decades, that we are not about to stand up. And I know some of you are going to say, I ain't getting that vaccine. Not me. I ain't getting the vaccine. Okay. I'm laughing because you guys are you kidding me? We are just in the beginning. Okay? So right now, you can just stand up and say, I ain't taking that vaccine. But wait until they tell you that you can't have your job. That you can't buy and sell if you don't get that vaccine. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to say that because that's biblical. And so that same person told me that everything that's going on right now is not biblical. But there's scripture in the Bible that says that once you take that mark, you cannot buy or sell. But if I say that, I'm crazy, right? So just for now, if you don't take that vaccine, you can't work, depending on what state you live in. And if you're in my state, I have to explain my religious beliefs. Let me explain something to you. At my company, we have to wear that sticker. We used to have a thing called HIPAA, which means the privacy of your medical record and your medical history. But once I have to wear a sign on me that says that I've been vaccinated or not, that takes away our HIPAA rights. So that friend of mine that says, oh no, I'm still free, I'm still walking around free. No, my friend, you are not. We are just in the beginning. All right, so for those of you that still say, no, Red Fem Diaries, you are tripping, we're going to get a word from our president that some of you still believe that was rightfully elected. Believe it or not, there are some of you that believe that Trump's going to come back in 2024 and save us. We have different people, but what you don't understand is that this election, it didn't matter what you voted, because the powers that be put into the presidency who they wanted, a puppet. There ain't no 2024. If you can steal an election now, you're going to steal it then. And if the people have not risen up yet to fight this, they're not going to do it. So my friend that I spoke to the other day, that insists that the people will rise up, the people should have risen up a decade ago. We will not go back to the way things were. But let's take a listen to our quote unquote president and let's see what he has to say. All right.
If you want to do business with the federal government, get your workers vaccinated. And I also directed the Pentagon to look at adding COVID-19 to the list of vaccinations that are required for our troops, because others are required. And the good news is that now many are following the federal government's lead. In the past several days, states and local officials have come out to impose similar vaccination mandates. And the private sector is stepping up as well. Even Fox has vaccination requirements. I want to thank Walmart, Google, Netflix, Disney, Tyson Foods for the recent actions requiring vaccination for employees. Look, I know this isn't easy, but I will have their backs and the backs of other private public sector leaders if they take such steps. But others have declined to step up. I find it disappointing. And worst of all, some state officials are passing laws or signing orders that forbid people from doing the right thing. What are we doing? If some governors aren't willing to do the right thing to beat this pandemic, then they should allow businesses and universities who want to do the right thing to be able to do it. I say to these governors, please help. But if you aren't going to help, at least get out of the way of the people who are trying to do the right thing. Use your power to save lives.
Let me out. Let me out of here. Get me the hell out of here.
Okay. So the thing that I really wanted you all to notice about that clip is that Biden is using kind of this sort of shaming techniques. He's letting you know how disappointed he is in you and will be in you if you do not follow these federal mandates. He's kind of shaming you into doing it. And you know what's very interesting, and I'm going to say this even for those of you who are atheists or agnostics. I know everyone here is not Christian. I am a follower of Christ, but you can, even if you look at scripture as fiction, that's fine. But there is still some, if you're a true atheist, and you can admit that there is some true good and solid wisdom in scripture. One of the things I wanted you to notice that Biden began to list off the companies that were going along with this regime. Oh, excuse me, I shouldn't say regime, should I? There are certain companies that are going along with the quote-unquote Biden administration. He lists them off for you so that you can know. Disney, I believe, was one of those companies, the same Disney that you threw your princess party for your little darling, a Disney princess theme. These are the companies that have signed up to this regime. But let's look at this Bible verse here. And this is, like I said, even if you're an atheist, that's fine. Take it as fiction, whatever. But listen to this wisdom. Psalm verse 12, verse 18. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest of men are exalted. Basically what that is saying is that in these times that we are indeed in now, the good will be perceived as bad and the bad as good, and the wicked will strut about unabated, no problem. He can list off the companies that are willing participants in the destruction of this country and our freedoms, and he will not be combated with that. Right? He lists them off for you so you can know who's on the side of evil. But my friend will tell me, oh, but no, there is going to be not just one, but two friends. There's going to be a great uprising and the people are going to fight. I don't mean to laugh. He says that the people are going to fight this, right? Should have been fought this. The United States as we knew it, as I knew it when I was growing up, it was dead then and we didn't know. But anyway, that's enough of that. Don't want to get too dark. So this last video I'm going to show you the title of my video, Vax That Thing Up. What I want you to really focus on in this particular video is when the woman comes in with her verse, and I'm going to speak her verse now because when you hear it to the beat, you can't really hear what she's saying because you're too busy bopping to the beat. So I'm going to give you what she says. This is her line. She says, if you want to get sticky and hot, then go get the shot. If you want to smash some dude named Scott, then go get the shot. So if you want to be out here in these streets, go get that shot. But it's to a bopping beat. I remember, this was my generation, so I remember when this first came out. $99, $2,000, I got it. But I wonder how much they paid him to do this and sell out his own people. And then I wonder how many of these people are actually listening to this and falling for the lie. This is how low they think of us. You see, butt shaking, a beat. They think so low of you black people that this is the propaganda that they give us. At least they came with something somewhat educated for the other ones, but because we've shown ourselves to be so ignorant and easily deceived, that this is the propaganda they give us. They give us juvenile. So I'll let the video play. You guys go ahead and bop your head because I know I'd bop mine. Please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. This is Red Femme Diaries. See you next time. Goodbye.
You're finna online date chat, find a mate chat, open up BOK ass, okay yeah, profile picture looking tight chat, nice chat, got your bio reading right chat, precise chat, but before you find a date chat, you gotta wait chat, gotta go vaccinate chat, get it straight chat, girl you look good, want you vax that thing up, you's a handsome young brother, want you vax that thing up, dating real life, you need to vax that thing up, feeling freaky all night, you need to vax that thing up, girl you look good, want you vax that thing up, you's a handsome young brother, want you vax that thing up, dating real life, you need to vax that thing up. Feeling freaky all night, you need to vax that thing up.
I know you can't stand it, no holding hands, chick. But when we get the shot, we gon' be romancing. Girl, you could be the queen after quarantine. We could meet up at the spot and we could do the thing. Internet date chat, I'm your mate chat. Download the app, shorty, you ain't gotta wait chat. I love it when you hold me, eggplant emoji. You could be the young hot thing, I'll be the OG.
Girl, you look good, want you vax that thing up. You's a handsome young brother, want you vax that thing up. Dating real life, you need to vax that thing up. Feeling freaky all night, you need to vax that thing up. Girl, you look good, want you vax that thing up. You's a decent looking brother, want you vax that thing up. Acting foolishly, you need to vax that thing up. Herd immunity when you vax that thing up.
If you wanna get sticky and hot, go get the shot. If you wanna smash some dude named Scott, go get the shot. Now go.